welcome to another comic book review from me, Dennis Doucette. This review is for the comic books that I purchased on March 21st, 2012. Let's get to it. Alright, so if any of you remember from last week, I talked a little bit about two comic books that I wanted to get that my comic book shop didn't get in. I got them this week, and I'm just going to do a quick little review on these two. Up first from Boom, we have issue 1 of Exile on the Planet of the Apes. Now, really quick review here. I really like the artwork and the writing was really good, but I'm actually not going to pick up issue 2 just because this isn't really new reader friendly. This is actually the second volume of this series. I think the first one was called Betrayal of Planet of the Apes, and yeah, I just really didn't, it just wasn't really new reader friendly. So if you are familiar with Planet of the Apes characters and you've read other series before, I definitely say pick this up. It was awesome. I wish I could still pick it up, but it's just, I was confused the entire time I was reading this. Oh man, this next book was amazing. It's from Oni Press, and it's issue 1 of The Secret History of B.D. Cooper. Oh man, this was awesome. It's written and drawn by Brian Trilla, and one of my favorite things about comics is when a writer and the artist is the same person. I love creator-owned material. If any of you don't know who B.D. Cooper is, he's actually a famous thief who hijacked an airplane and stole a bunch of money and got away with it, and no one knows where he is. And this comic is kind of a retelling of his story, kind of adding a little bit of fake stuff to it. And it's really cool. In here, he's kind of like a secret agent, and there's an alternate reality where it's kind of like a dreamscape place, and it's just really good all around. I feel like you need to go out and get this. If you find this at your comic book shop, buy this. It's issue 1. It's super, so good. The artwork is super good. I love this art. I love the writing. It's really well done. I definitely say pick this up. Just pick it up. Okay, and now onto the comic books that I purchased this week. Up first from IDW, we have issue 2 of Road Rage. Now, the first issue of this series was really good. The second issue of the series? Really good. This is the second part of the story, and this actually wraps up the first story arc. This is going to be a 4-issue series, and the next 2 issues is going to be a separate story altogether, I believe. You get a nice little wrap up with the story that was going on, and artwork's amazing, writing's good. This issue takes place right after issue 1, and one of the members of the tribe is running away from this mad trucker, and it's just really well done. Not a lot happens in this issue. It's pretty much just the other bikers trying to save the other member of the tribe, and it's just really good. I definitely say pick this up. Find issue 1, get issue 2. It's only on issue 2. Pick it up. Definitely buy. Oh! Up next is my pick of the week. Is it Batman? It's Smoke and Mirrors, issue 1 from IDW. Issue's awesome. This cover here is a variant cover drawn by Fiona Staples, who is doing the Saga series, so I definitely wanted to pick that up because it's really awesome. Pretty much what this comic book is about is, in this world that these people live in, instead of science, everything is magic. The way you buy stuff is done with magic. You get money to buy potions, and then using those potions you can make microwaves and iPhones and MP3 players. It's really cool. And in this world there's this magician guy who is doing our world's kind of magic, kind of like the fake magic. And the people of this world are kind of amazed by this because they can't tell how he's doing it because it's not the magic that they use. The coloring in this book is bright and vivid. Artwork is fantastic. Writing is really well done. IDW, once again, kicking out of the park. It's a #1 issue. It's $3.99. Just go to your store and buy it. It's my pick of the week. Up next is another #1 issue from Icon, and it is Super Crooks #1 from Mark Millar. This is the same team that did Superior, which I hear is really good. I'm always interested in everything that Mark Millar does, from Kick-Ass to Kick-Ass 2 to Superior, anything, you know, I just like all of his work. He's a really good writer. I think so, at least. And this holds up, I think. What the story is about is these are a bunch of supervillains, and I believe they live in New York, and they keep getting busted for all the crimes they're doing. There's too many superheroes in this one general area that they live in. So the main character here comes up with the idea to move to Spain and start pulling crimes there because there's not a lot of superheroes over there. So it's a really cool idea. I really like that. Mark Millar does a lot of cool things with that. With, you know, he did that with Nemesis with kind of an alternate Batman, like a bad Batman. If you didn't read Nemesis, get that. That was really good. So yeah, this is definitely a really good series. Artwork is awesome. Lionel Yu, awesome artwork. Really cool. He did Secret Avengers in the very beginning, I believe. We only meet about 3 of the characters in this issue, and the rest we see at the very last page, and we'll get to know them later on in the series, I believe. So, really good. Definitely pick it up. It's only $2.99. Buy it. Alright, up next we have Marvel, and guess what? It's Deadpool, issue 52. Yeah, super good still. This is Dead Part 3, where Deadpool is trying to get himself killed, and he still isn't succeeding in here, but maybe the next issue will happen, I don't know. But it's just awesome. The Uncanny X-Force are just fighting bad guys, and Deadpool is trying to get himself killed, and Draken, who is Wolverine's son's in here, and he's trying to kill Wolverine, and something happens in the end where, I don't know, oh man, it's just good. Read this, you know what's going on. Pretty much the story is just about Deadpool trying to get himself killed. If that doesn't entice you enough to want to read this book, then it's not for you. I think it's really cool, and I think you should pick it up. Buy it. Artwork's great, writing's good. Alright, that was the last Marvel book because I don't get a lot of Marvel. But guess what's next? DC. And this is issue 7 of Red Hood and the Outlaws. I didn't really like this issue that much. Not a lot happened. It was just kind of like a weird fight in here, and I just wasn't really, you know, I didn't really enjoy it that much. But hopefully the next issue will kick up. I'm hoping that maybe they get into a better story arc with a different story going on. Alright, so in this issue we find out who the villain is, and it is Essence, this character right here. She has like a shadow kind of power. In this comic we find out her backstory, and just a really big fight scene towards the end. Didn't really dig it. So I'm gonna say don't pick this issue up unless you're already getting the series. Definitely not an issue to start off getting this comic. If you're already getting it, get it. If not, maybe wait for the next arc. Okay, up next, Wonder Woman number 7. Such a great book, so good. Get this, if you're not getting Wonder Woman, why not? Because she's a girl, who cares? Man, she's awesome. We meet a bunch of new characters in this issue. I'm not really good with names, so I'm not going to be able to name a bunch of these people in this comic, but there's a new god character who has like these 2 golden guns, which is super awesome. He's awesome. I should probably learn his name because I think he's a cool character. But anyways, in this issue, Wonder Woman wants to go to hell to try and save the pregnant woman that's been in the series. We meet another god in this issue who is a weapon maker, and he actually is the one that made Wonder Woman's golden lasso, who, you know, which we all know about. We find out how Amazons get pregnant, and when they give birth to a boy, what they do with those boys. Pretty cool. Next issue, they're going to hell. Starting this issue, we have Cliff Chiang back on art duties, and I am thrilled because of that, because he is super amazing. One of the best artists in DC Comics. Definitely pick this issue up. I loved it a lot. 2 more comics left, and up next we have issue 7 of Batman, which was really good. Not a lot of action in this issue. A lot of the past issues have been like action, action, action. This was a little bit of action, but mostly information, 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 which I love. Information is a good thing. We need to know what's going on with all the characters. We get a big revelation about Nightwing, and Batman's ready to take on the Court of the Owls. In this issue, we're also seeing some other stuff with the Court of the Owls, and they're getting ready for a war. So definitely start picking this up if you're not. Start at issue 1 because it's just so good. It's such a good series. Who doesn't love Scott Snyder? He hasn't delivered us anything bad this entire year, so definitely get it. And Greg Capullo's art is top-notch, always the best. I love it. Batman's awesome. Alright, up to the last comic, and it is issue 7 of Justice League by Jeff Johns and Gene Ha. Jim Lee is taking a couple issues off, and I believe he's coming back issue 9 or 10, not sure. But for now we have Gene Ha, and I like Gene Ha's work. This story takes place in present day times. We see that the team has progressed a lot and becoming a better team, but they still have their little flaws. Not a lot of Aquaman in this issue. It would have been cool if there was a lot more Aquaman, but it was really well done. I believe the next issue will have Green Arrow in it, which is really cool. And yeah, so the Justice League in this issue are fighting off these little demon things, and this guy right here is called Spore, and Spore creates little tiny spores that he can control. It's a little quick battle in the beginning of the comic, and then we get into a lot of the government aspects of the Justice League and everything that's going on. We get to see a little bit of Wonder Woman's love interest in this issue, and I just really like this issue altogether. I'm loving the artwork and the writing, and I just love Justice League. It's really great having a Justice League book that you like to pick up every month. And for the first time, we're getting Shazam as a backup issue, and that's done by Jeff Johns and Gary Frank, and that was awesome. Love the artwork. We get Billy Batson, and we get a little bit of Shazam towards the end. It's only 8 pages, I believe, and in those 8 pages, we get told a lot. It's just really cool how they're kind of twisting the origin of Shazam, and of course they changed his name from Captain Marvel to Shazam, which makes sense because, you know, there's another character named Captain Marvel in Marvel. I hope that Shazam does really well. Maybe he'll get his own series soon, And I'll definitely pick that up, especially if it's done by Gary Frank, because his artwork is super awesome. If you don't like Justice League, we got Shazam. If you don't like Shazam, we got Justice League. If you don't like both, who are you? You crazy. Alright guys, so that was my comic book reviews for this week, and I hope you guys all enjoyed. Please comment right down below here, you know, underneath me. And maybe subscribe if you like. Right there. I had a lot of fun this comic book review. This is my computer, my desk. It's Aquaman. It's cool. Whatever. Have a great day, guys.
I've come to take you to my dominion of hell. It is filled with unspeakable horrors.
Like what?
Well, they're unspeakable.
Please, you gotta tell me.
Okay. I'll let you know just one. Because you pissed yourself.